Welcome to Theo's Speed Shop. I'm John T. Francis. I'm the proprietor of this establishment. My buddy Nick Carcione handles quality assurance here at the shop.
He comes up with the ideas and I help make it happen. Hydrazine, from lab curiosity to forbidden rocket juice on wheels. Hydrazine is one of the most violent, toxic, and effective high-energy chemicals ever poured into an engine. Today, it's a stable rocket monopropellant and industrial oxygen scavenger. But for one brief insane moment in the 1950s and the early 60s, it was the ultimate secret sauce in motorsports. Between 1875 and 1887, first Emil Fischer and then Theodore Curtis first synthesized hydrazine compounds. But it wasn't until 1895 Dutch chemist Labre de Bruin isolates pure hydrazine. Through the 1930s, it was mostly used for tuberculosis drugs and as a lab reagent. Pretty harmless stuff so far, but that wouldn't be the case for very long. Everything changed in Nazi Germany. The Luftwaffe wanted insane power in tiny packages for rocket fighters and takeoff assist units. The Messerschmitt Me-163B Comet used Seestoff, a fuel containing 30% hydrazine, 57% methanol, and 13% water. It worked terrifyingly well when it didn't dissolve the tanks or explode on the tarmac. Pilots and ground crew literally risked death every time they fueled the plane. Late in the war, the Germans started blending 10 to 15% hydrazine hydrate into aviation gasoline with methanol for piston engines under boost. When the war ended, Allied teams captured the documents and interrogated the engineers. But secrets don't last forever. Mechanics and pilots who had handled the stuff went home, and some of them ended up in racing garages. In May 26, 1957, at the ADAC 1,000-kilometer race at Nürburgring, Wolfgang von Tripp's future F1 driver and Umberto Maglioli entered a private Porsche 550 RS Spider. They quietly poured normal racing fuel doped with 10 to 15% hydrazine into the tank. The result? They were completely untouchable in the 1.5-liter class, taking first in their class and fourth overall. They roughly gained 12 to 18 extra horsepower out of their 110 flat-4 engine. The hydrazine acted as an oxygen-carrying additive. They could run richer mixtures without detonation. The day at the ring is universally accepted as the first competitive use of hydrazine in an internal combustion racing engine.
Oh, I hear it was being a little bit subtle about it. America take the same rocket juice and they went absolutely feral with it. America, drag racing goes green, literally. Across the Atlantic, hot rodders only refer to it as H. If you saw the bright green neon flame shooting out the zoomies, you knew someone had the stuff. NHRA had just banned nitromethane, so everybody was trying to get creative to go faster. The first big, loud, undeniably American use belongs to the Chicago's own Chris the Greek Kermasinis. In 1960, April 4th, at Alton Dragway in Illinois, the Greek and his crew chief, John Karenberg, poured hydrazine straight into their supercharged 392 Hemi Slingshot dragster. Ram Chargers also played with the stuff too. The result, a mind-blowing 204-mile-per-hour pass. At that time, guys were only going 180. The car wheels stood through the lights and everyone else was trying to hook up. A few ounces of this hydrazine could literally triple the horsepower in a few seconds, but the price was brutal. Neon green flames, everybody knew the engine was running on it. Engines turned to absolute grenades. Halfway down the track, they'd spit the crank out with the rods. There'd also be a soapy lake residue that ate everything it touched. And it was extremely toxic, long-term, cancerous if you breathe the stuff or fumes or got it on your skin. By the mid-1960s, NHRA had enough. Enough was enough. They banned the hydrazine completely. For one glorious decade, hydrazine let a handful of fearless, completely insane racers live the ultimate hot rod dream.
Wolfgang von Trips in a little Porsche on the Nürburgring in '57, and then Chris the Greek in a rail dragster at Alton in 1960.
All you needed was a wrench, a death wish, and a coffee can full of the rocket fuel to beat the factory teams. It was the wildest, most unrelated era of motorsports and drag racing, when a dream of a little mechanic know-how and maybe a little bit of H really could put you in the winner's circle. Thanks for listening, and no, we're not going to tell you where to buy hydrazine. Hey, this is John. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like it, comment. If you got anything you want to see, let us know. We plan on keeping updates on what we're building. We tend to move pretty quick and get things done. In addition, we'll go through the museum downstairs and we'll show everybody what we got going, and we'll keep you posted.
Stick with us. We always have something cool going on.